Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 16 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to add materials and also we edited this staircase, the front staircase. So now we're gonna continue working on this. I want to add in the gate, so the front. So here what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to our south elevation and we're gonna work on this, but before that I want to go back to ground and we're going to create a copy of this boundary wall. So edit type, duplicate, and then boundary wall number 2, edit, and then here we're gonna change the material, so we could also duplicate this so that to make it easier for us, so we don't need to look for a different material. So this is boundary wall number 2, CS on that, and we're just gonna simply create a rectangle right here, and then we're gonna put this back to boundary wall number 1, and then we're just gonna copy this to all the ends of this. Oops, we're gonna undo that, and then we're gonna make sure this is simply like that. So I'm gonna copy this and then attach it onto this wall as well, and then we could just connect them. Even though it's just simply over on this part, that's fine. The most important thing is we're just adding all this post into this location. I might have to add it on this one as well, so yeah, why not, to make it consistent. And then this one is simply just adding right here, and then we're gonna clean it up later on. I'm going to nudge this one in place like that, and then simply add in right here, and then lastly and then this one is just about cleaning up. We could just move this one to the edge, clicking on tab so that everything is highlighted, and then here just cleaning up. So we're just going to add those, and then here we're just going to nudge it on the right side just to make it look much better. So here we have something that looks like this. We'll be able to just drag this down. So we're going to drag this down a little bit, and I'm going to add in the so we're going to add gates here, and then we're also going to add some fence, a metal fence here. So here I'm just going to use align and then align it as well, so to make it consistent with the height. And then here we're gonna do a gate, so for our carport, and then we have an entrance gate here as well. So that's looking good. Now we could go to our south elevation and we could create our let's create the fence first, our metal fence for our border wall. So what I'm gonna do is going to go to architecture, drop down component and model in place, and then look for generic model, and then here we're going to create an extrusion and then pick a plane, and then we're going to select the wall right here, or this wall, so that it's more near the location. And here we're just going to select a different material, which is a metal material. We could also duplicate any metal material that we could look for. We could also put just aluminum, so that once we put the same materials for this one, and then we could just duplicate this. So aluminum number 1, and here we're going to select rectangle. So we're gonna do rectangle on all of this, openings right here, and then also here. And then after that, let's create an offset, maybe a 25 offset, and then we need this space bar so that it goes from the inside. I'm just doing this all together so that it's easier for us, and we could just do it all at once. So here, let's go to 3D to see it much better, and we need to pull it out. So here I'm going to pull it out, there we go. So will look like that, and then we're just going to create a groove. So we need to go to ground, or maybe level 1, and we need to add it. So create an extrusion, set, pick a plane, and we're gonna choose, we need to tab maybe on top of this, and then same material, click this rectangle, and we're just going to create this. Okay, let's make it easier for us to remember. So 50, and then click finish first, make it at least 200 so that we could see the extrusion part. It's not going to be, so here, let's just align it at the top, AL, and then click on tab, and then select this, and then we could just pull this one back, and then there we go. So now this is created. Go back to level 1, select this, and then here we need to array it. The only problem with this is we can only create an array here. Let me double check if I could just copy this. So actually we're just gonna copy this. It's easier for me to manipulate. So here, copy, and then make sure multiple is checked, and then we're just going to individually add all of this. I want to see the spacing, so let's double check the way this one is done. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So I'm gonna just add this part onto the here. So I'm gonna create a copy from here, and then just add. Of course, you can select multiple, and then here we're just going to put it in the middle. so that everything is equally parted ways. I'm gonna select this again, create a copy, and then add this one right here, and then copy this one so that it's the same spacing with the rest to make it more constant. And then just click on finish, and we have our metal fence. In terms of what we're gonna do at the top here, I'm probably going to make it simple, a box style, and then with lighting around it, so it will look like those light posts. So I'm gonna do that instead to make it easier for everyone, and then probably make it the same material, aluminum one on this one. So let's go to ground, or let's actually go to south elevation again, and we're going to add in the gates now. We can add in the gate first right here, and then another gate over here. So let me do that first. So actually, let's select this, edit in place, extrusion, and then pick a plane, and we're gonna select this plane again. And then here I'm going to make two of them. So now I'm selecting here all the way, so I'm gonna nudge it in place so that we have spacing. And then here we're going to go into the middle. So I'm gonna select, I'm gonna create a line in between here. I think this is the midpoint, and then I'm just going to drag this one until we join them, and we could just think this is good enough. And then we're gonna have some gap. There we go. And then do the same thing, 25 offset, and then we need to space bar so that it goes from the inside. And then here we need offset from below so that it's not dragging into the floor. So I believe that's good. Spacing is good. We could just click finish and then go to 3D or ground in order for us to push to the specific location. I think that's good enough. So we have this one, but we're going to create another extrusion, which will be this one. Here we're going to click finish and then align it again from the bottom and then from the top. AL, and then align it from here to there. So that's good. And then here we could clearly do an array. It's easier for us, and then we're just gonna copy the same thing. So I'm just gonna give it some space right here. To do array, click the extrusion, select this part, so you can type in AR as well, and we need to click last, and here we go by the number, so maybe 16 first, and then grab it and then add it into the middle. I think the gaps are too big, so I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this to maybe 20 to make it look nicer. Click finish, I want to see how it looks, and good enough for me. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this, edit in place, go to our south or so our ground, and then we're just gonna copy this. So just simply copy CO, and then we need to be mindful of the gap. I think that's good enough that we have that, and then we can just click on finish. So we have our gate. Now it's looking good. It looks much better now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically going to extend this just to make it look better. I'm going to add something right here at the edge right here. I'll just go over here and then just going to trim and extend, and then delete this, or actually trim and extend over here and then here. I think that's good enough so that it is all covered. Of course, we're going to add in I'm planning on adding some maybe bushes here, so a planter or something, so something that we can do as well. And then just to make it look nice, but let's finish the gate first. So here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to south elevation and select this so that we could just edit in place and we could just add on. Click extrusion, pick a plane, and we're gonna select the same plane because we can always just push it back and select here and then select here. I'm going to align the way this one is, align to, so that we are good with the gaps, and then I just nudge a little bit on each side, and then here select offset of 25 and then space bar again to go inside. Click finish, go to 3D or go to ground, and then we just need to be aligned to everything. So AL, there we go. There we go. So everything is aligned now. And then create another extrusion, which will be this. I forgot this one. I think this is 50 as well. Actually, before this, I'm just going to end this extrusion. I actually want to go back to south, going to edit this extrusion. Don't worry, it's gonna be easy addition. I just want something like this, or just another line. I'm just gonna copy this, CO, something like this, and then we just need to SL, split element on this, and TR. There we go. Then SL, add, and then split element. Here we could just nudge it, maybe same like as the door, the main door, and then we could add in our number here, our door number or our house number, and then click finish, and then we just need to go to ground and then add in our information. So create, extrusion, and then add, make it 50. These to be consistent with others. And then here, go to 3D, align it at the top and on the bottom. Click on tab, there we go. And then here I'm just going to just repeat it manually. The reason for that is so that I could just add in something onto this side. I'm good with this, and then I'm just going to add something here. Go to south, create, extrusion, pick a plane, and then I'm gonna select this plane right here, and then I'm going to just cover this with I'm gonna put wood material, maybe this one, and then duplicate, apply, okay, and then click finish. Go to 3D, first the ground, so that we can just push it backwards like that. And then I just want it to be a little bit there's a nicer look onto this, so it's indented. So here we could go to our south elevation and go to architecture, and we could just basically add a model text, pick a plane, and here select this. For now, let's just add it, and then we can edit the type, duplicate. This will be house number, change the size, probably 50. I'll make it bigger, at least 100. And then here the depth 25. And then material, let's change it to a metal material again. I'm good with aluminum. 1. And then model text is 30 Kennedy Drive. Let's see how it looks. Of course, it's too big. I'm just going to change it to 30D. I think that's good enough. RO, we're just going to rotate it nicely, and then we could just add something like that. So let's stop here for now and continue in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.